The underground fix?
Let's do this. X. Oh, shit. What the fuck? I smell something.
It is serious. Hit the motherfucking floor, baby. Come on. Let's go.
In the late 60s, there are a few radical groups more controversial than the Black Panthers.
You Ronnie Baby.
The Black Panther Party was truly the first in-your-face movement in the history of this country. Led by the dynamic personalities of Bobby Seale, Huey Newton, and Eldridge Cleaver, the Panthers boldly challenged white America to deliver justice and opportunity.
When the party says power to the people, we ain't driving a pound. We say power to the people.
Our slogan was about all power to all the people. That's what it was about.
Armed with guns, they advocate self-defense.
The police occupy our community as a foreign troop occupies territory.
And, if need be, the violent overthrow of the government.
You sort of had this idea it was this rogue group of out-of-control black people with guns shooting police.
We say, bring it on. If you want war, let there be war.
They are attacked by the FBI and police, turning city streets into battlegrounds.
Message received. To be a member of the Black Panther meant you were a target of the United States government.
It cost people their lives, you know.
But the Black Panthers never backed down.
It was heroes to the black community because they spoke up and said what they had to be said.
These are the counterculture icons who changed the world. In this hour, the Black Panthers, Lords of the Revolution. It's the mid-1960s, the dawning of the era of Black pride, and two visions of the black struggle in America compete for ascendancy. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King stands for Gandhian nonviolence.
I have a dream.
Malcolm X sees Dr. King as too cautious and unwilling to retaliate against white violence.
We declare our right on this earth to be given the rights of a human being by any means necessary.
In February 1965, Malcolm is assassinated, and by August, Watts is burning.
6 days of rioting in a Negro section of Los Angeles left behind scenes reminiscent of war-torn cities.
All across the country, you had a rampant police brutality going on, abuse. You turn on your TV, you see the civil rights marches in the South. You see the dogs being sicked on the marchers, being showered and beaten.
The tide of nonviolence was changing in America. People had a more militant attitude, and it was led by young people. And we weren't going to take the same that our parents took.
The new black militancy is led by Stokely Carmichael and H. Rap Brown, who raised their fists in a rallying cry, Black Power.
We want black power. What do you want? What do you want?
Black Power sort of released this tremendous excitement and energy. It was sort of like a huge cultural earthquake.
In a 3 to 5 year period, we went from identifying ourselves as Negro to colored to black. I thought it was great. Black was beautiful.
And it's that moment in which the Black Panther Party came to the fore.
In Oakland, two student activists at Merritt College, Huey Newton and Bobby Seale, are determined to create a revolutionary organization to address what they see as the problem of the racist power structure in America.
We had absolutely no name for this organization. And Huey says, well, why don't we just name it the Black Panther Party? I said, agreed. Shake, shake, shake. I says, okay, bang.
They chose this image of the Panther as the coolest cat in the jungle. It looked really sleek and was really cool, but would only fight when it was backed into the corner.
After flipping a coin, Bobby becomes chairman and Huey Minister of Defense. They're an unusual pair, to be sure. Huey is a legendary street fighter with 6 months of law school under his belt.
In America, black people are treated very much as the Vietnamese people or any other colonized people because we're brutalized. The police occupy our community as a foreign troop occupies territory.
Huey was very smart in terms of political theories, and Bobby was an organizing genius.
Bobby is a jazz drummer, comedian, carpenter, and draftsman working in Oakland for a youth jobs program. He is a natural-born rapper.
When the party says power to the people, we ain't driving a pound. We say power to the people.
Our slogan was about all power to all the people. a progressive people's community empowerment. That's what it was about.
We would say black power to black people, red power to red people, brown power to brown people, yellow power to yellow people. People ain't never heard that before.
October 1966, Huey and I drew up a basic 10-point platform and program that outlined the basic political desires and needs of black people in America.
The 10-point program combines basic demands for full employment and decent housing with more radical objectives like the exemption of black men from military service.
The ultimate goal of the Black Panther Party was the total transformation of the United States.
Point number 7 is by far the most controversial. An immediate end to police brutality and the murder of black people. Huey and Bobby put the idea into action by following the police with guns and law books in hand to prevent incidents of harassment.
We were all armed with loaded weapons, as long as they were not concealed were they not illegal under California law. And Huey and all his need to be precise and to the point. No, such a California State Supreme Court ruling states that every citizen has a right to stand and observe a police officer carrying out his duty as long as they stand a reasonable distance away. I'm standing approximately 20 feet from you and observe you whether you like it or not. So he had researched the law. This is the killer of this whole kind of operation. We knew what we were doing.
For Huey to stand up against that onslaught with a gun in his hand says, you try to shoot me, I would try and I would shoot you, I would defend myself. That's like throwing a rock into a pond and watching the waves happen throughout America. No one had ever did that.
Members of the Oakland PD are outraged, but a folk legend is born, and news of the Panthers' existence begins to spread.
I became the first female recruit. And I said, well, can I have a gun? Like the guys. And they laughed and said, well, okay.
The Panthers solidify their image with an intimidating, militant look.
The thing about the Panthers was their black jackets and their fros and their shades. That was like, whoa.
To me, uniform represents organization. If the people in the community see that you're organized, then you're going to get a lot more respect.
Oh, we were cute. Okay. Very recognizable.
The Black Panther Party very much became a part of the look of the 60s and pop culture of the 60s.
The Panthers protest rent evictions, they demand a traffic light at a dangerous intersection, and publish a newspaper addressing community issues.
I've done nobody wrong, but I'm treated so bad.
As the Black Panther Party grows in stature, a conservative lawmaker introduces a gun control bill designed to stop the party in its tracks. On May 2nd, 1967, Bobby Seale leads 30 Black Panthers to Sacramento to take on the state legislature, while Huey stays in Oakland to manage the press.
When we got there, Ronald Reagan was on the front line, talking to future leaders of America or something. And so the young kids saw us coming up to walk with all these guns and rifles, and a whole horde of them came over to us. They thought we were a gun club. So naturally, some of the news cameras followed.
The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense calls upon the American people in general, and the black people in particular, to take careful note of the racist California legislature.
Next, they enter the assembly where the bill is being discussed.
The State Assembly was in the midst of a heated debate when the young Negroes, armed with loaded rifles, shotguns, and pistols, pushed past startled guards into the House chamber.
I look around and there's several legislators have ducked under their damn desks. They look up and see these black people coming here with these damn guns and rifles and
Am I under arrest? Take your hands off me if I'm not under arrest.
The police, of course, were dazed and confused, as you might say.
But I'll tell you one thing, I was scared.
As soon as the Panthers leave the state capitol building, they're swarmed by police.
cops came and methodically arrested every last one of us.
They violated the law by entering the chambers while the assembly was in session.
I went to court and I was sentenced to 6 months in jail.
They put trumped up charges of conspiracy and felonies on everyone who went in to exercise a constitutional right.
The events of this day have a polarizing effect. For Black America, the Panthers represent a new, in-your-face form of protest.
That was what we call a
What the fuck smell something? It is serious? Hit the motherfucking floor, baby!